today, Art? Oh, bonjour, boys and girls. It's Miss W. I have an art lesson today, but I'm freezing. Our cold but awesome art lesson today is actually going to be something called a landscape.
Landscape?
Yeah, Rudy, and we get to use one of my favorite ever art media ever. And they are called chalk pastels.
Chalk?
Pastels, that's right. So, to make your landscape, this landscape is called Snowy Mountains.
Snowy Mountains?
Yes. And our goal is to not only understand how to use chalk pastels, but we want to use chalk pastels to create an element of art that we haven't studied yet. So what?
Studied yet?
Yes. What elements have we studied, Artie? Miss Wardley, we've studied a lot of elements of art.
Oh, yes, that's a plastic robot. And now it's kitchen.
This is my art robot, Artie. Hi, boys and girls. He loves art. He actually draws himself, too. So, Artie, which elements have we studied so far? Well, we've studied line
Mommy,
and
put
shapes.
your put your egg in it, and then we put your egg in it, put it in the robot.
I don't know what that means, but okay. So, today we need to learn about the element that we haven't studied yet called value. Value is the range of light to dark. Value is the range of light to dark. So when you look at a color, it's called a hue. Colors can be light or colors can be very dark, and that's what value is. So let me show you an example. Here's an example of what we're going to be making, the snowy mountains. Do you think we can do that, Rudy?
Yes!
Yes, so let's get started. Here is what you need. A white piece of paper. And
white piece of paper?
Since this is going to be a landscape, the white paper is going to be the background. The background of the landscape is usually just the sky. And we're going to be using chalk pastels to make the sky. Now, the foreground, the mountains, are going to be black paper. So you need your white paper, your black paper, and always a pencil to write. Okay, boys and girls, after you have your black paper and your white paper, the first thing you need to do
white paper
is write your name on the back. Oh, Miss Wardley wrote Jamie. I'm going to write Artie.
Artie?
Now, remember,
you draw Artie?
This black paper is going to be the foreground, which is the bottom of your landscape. Yes. Now, I could draw some mountains with my pencil by drawing a horizontal line, but I like to tear the mountains. And I like to tear the paper because it has a natural shape.
A natural shape?
If you don't like tearing or you're worried about it not looking like mountains, you can also just cut the black paper.
Mom,
so now I have one mountain shape.
Mom,
I need to have 3 mountain shapes. So this one I am going to tear. No, this one I'm going to draw and cut. So now that I've drawn my mountain shape, now I'm going to use the scissors and cut it out. So I have 3 mountain shapes.
You have scissors, Mom?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you have scissors.
Okay, so I have 1, 2,
Mommy,
3. Now,
I
need to get, remember, chalk pastels.
Mom.
No, I'm being careful. I'm getting the chalk pastels. And chalk pastels are made out of powder, so they're very dusty. And I always like to get a paper towel to wipe my fingers. Don't touch, Rudy. These are my chalk pastels.
No.
All right. Now, the first color I want to start with in the sky is going to be a dark blue. I also see a light blue, and that's what we're studying, called value. Value is dark and light colors. So if you look, here's dark blue, it gets very light blue. So I'm going to have light blue at the top so it looks like it's further away. So before I get my white paper, I need to take one of my mountains, this one here, and I'm going to take the light blue piece of chalk. And I am just going to rub it across the top of my mountain, just like this.
Top on the mountain?
Now, once I finish coloring the top of the mountain with the chalk,
did you tell
now I'm going to lay it on my white paper, and this time I'm going to take my paper towel, I'm going to hold down the mountains, and I'm going to wipe the chalk onto my paper. Now, this is going to be the sky. It's not actually going to be the mountains, but I want it to look like clouds, so I'm starting with light blue. Now I'm going to lift it up. Wow, doesn't that look cool? Now I'm going to turn my black paper over. I'm going to move the white paper, and I'm going to do the dark blue. So I'm going to take the dark blue, and I'm going to shade it in all the way across, just like that. And now that I have dark blue, I'm going to take my white paper and move it down a little bit. I'm going to hold it down with one hand, and I'm going to wipe the chalk with the other hand. Now I have dark blue and light blue, and that's what creates value.
You wipe it off?
Now I'm going to pick another color. Like if I wanted to use all cool colors, I could use purple, or I could add pink, or I can do both, because I have plenty of room. So I'm going to take my mountains again.
Mom.
I'm going to flip it over, and this time I'm going to do some pink. So I'm taking the pink chalk.
Yes, pink.
Pink. And then I'm going to lay it underneath that curvy horizontal line. I'm going to take my paper towel, and I'm going to wipe it on. Yes, I'm going to wipe it onto my white paper.
Up and down.
Ooh, that looks really cool.
Up.
Now I have room to do one
down.
more color. I'm going to do
Up and down.
purple.
Up and down.
So I'm going to turn it over.
And
I'm going to take the purple chalk. And I'm going to rub it across the top here. And now I'm going to lay it almost down at the bottom. And I'm going to wipe the purple at the bottom. Wow, that looks really cool, doesn't it? I have lots of values. And you never want to blow the powder, the chalk. You want to tap it on the paper. So once I'm finished adding all of the values, then I'm going to take one of those pieces, and I'm going to use some glue, and I'm going to glue it to the bottom. This is the foreground of your landscape. So I want to make sure that my glue works. I think it's got some glue stuck on here. So if your glue's not working, you need to peel the glue off, turn the cap, and I'm going to squeeze it and put a bunch of glue down here at the bottom. Now, once you're finished gluing on the foreground, you can put your beautiful snowy mountain landscape on the drying rack and let it dry. And voila, beautiful snowy mountains, but not too snowy. It's kind of going to be nice warm mountains. And then remember, we need to be careful with the chalks. Make sure you put them all back in the container neatly. Don't drop any on the floor, they'll break. And then we need to fold up and recycle our newspaper. And make sure you get all that powder in there. So, good luck making your awesome snowy mountains. Stay warm, and Artie will see you next time. Say bye, Artie.
Bye, Artie.